Well, hello, COMM 101, the fundamentals of public speaking. A couple of things I want to talk to you about. It's kind of a slow week. We're getting ready for some bigger things to happen, but I wanted to go through some stuff with you. Fantasy names. We don't have fantasy names for almost 3/4 of the class. Without a fantasy name, you will not know where you are in the class. And quite frankly, when I post some things, I only post them by fantasy name. I only talk to people on speeches who have fantasy names. So let me just say that the 6 of you who have submitted your fantasy names, thank you. For the rest of you, that is severely overdue. The directions are posted in the announcement section. Please take a look at that. Make sure you comply and get that done by Monday. By Monday at noon. That's your deadline. Make sure you get that taken care of. I want to talk about a couple of things that are going on. Discussion board. Every discussion board is points in this class. There are 10 points per discussion board, so you want to make sure that you pay attention to that. If there is a 0 there, you did not submit anything. That's not the only reason to be a 0 there right now. We've sent out messages that say, do not, capital N-O-T, do not submit any materials in this class as a file or an attachment that is saved as a .docx. Do not, do not, do not. Submit only files that are saved as .doc or .rtf, rich text file, or a document file. Do not do anything other than a DOC or an RTF file. The reason there are 0s there is because a fair number of you submitted DOCX files, or DOCX is the big thing. It's pretty easy when you get ready to save it. When you go into Save As, it gives you choices. Just don't choose DOCX. Pretty easy. Just take care of that. I posted a video. It's called 212. I want you to take a look at that. I also posted a thing there about attitude, about the little boy. Attitude and 212 are key to how well you will do in this class, and I want to talk a little bit about it. I read your comments on the speech anxiety, and I want to respond to some of that. First of all, in a class, you start out as strangers, but pretty soon you know everybody. When you're doing it in front of people you already know, and a lot of you are scared of judgmental people and scared about how they're going to react. Your family ought to think you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. They ought to think you're just wonderful. You could be the worst speaker in the world, and your family will think, wow, you're really good. So, for one, don't be worried in the environment you're in. If you were in a face-to-face class, then, yeah, they're strangers, but then you got to keep convincing yourself that everyone in this class is in the same boat I'm in. Very few people love being on. I happen to be one that likes to be on. I like to talk. I do television. I do radio. I've spoken to thousands upon thousands of people in even big stadiums. So it doesn't bother me. But I know whereof you speak, and I know where you come from. Part of the deal, too, is preparation. If you go into something and you're prepared, if you go into it and it's something you really care about or know about, I can still remember a speech I gave in my speech class in college, because to this day I still care about the topic, and it had to do with deceptive packaging and labeling. And it had to do with, you see it all the time, the shrinking of the cereal box, or the shrinking of the soap box, or the shrinking of the aerosol deodorant cans. The cans are the same size on the shelf, but pick them up and read them, and one has 8 ounces, the other one has 10 ounces. Wow, they look the same, but now you've got a situation there. So to this day, I still can't go in a grocery store without picking up 2 products and looking to see how much is in each of them. So, like what you're talking about. That's key. If you enjoy that, and then the other thing is, quit thinking about it as a speech. Quit thinking about it as though you're in some huge auditorium or some stadium and you've got to impress thousands of people. Look at me. I'm the short, fat guy on the other side. I'm the only one you really have to impress. And that's not hard, because I'm looking for someone who, one, has a level of confidence in what they're saying, two, shows a kind of knowledge of what they're talking about, and three, is conversational. You're talking to me. You're not talking at me. You're not speeching at me. You're talking with me. And, it's just like that conversation you have at your dining room table with a cup of coffee and somebody, a next-door neighbor. You just talk. You don't worry about form and format and stuff like that. A lot of you are terrified you're going to make a mistake. You make a mistake, you keep on going. In radio, if they blow something, they'll say, I'm sorry, that should be, and they keep right on going. And you can do that. There's nobody that says you have to be perfect. No one's perfect. And so when you're doing your speech, do it with an air of confidence. Do it from the standpoint of, I am as prepared for this as I could possibly be. I know what I'm talking about. I've done my research. I understand my topic. And Keith, that guy on the other side of the camera lens, is my buddy, and I just want to tell him what I know, because I enjoy telling other people what I've found to be interesting myself. And think about it that way. It's a conversation. You're sharing something, and you're sharing something that you know with someone like me who allegedly doesn't know what you know. So just talk to me. Be my friend. Think about Mr. Rogers. We all love you, and you're my friend, and I'm your friend, and we're all a happy family together. I could almost sing the whole thing, so I won't do that. But relax, enjoy, stay up to date with the discussion boards. They're every week. We got another test coming up. We've got a speech coming up. Read up on all of the things you need to know. And if you have any questions, as always, give me a shout. I enjoy talking to you, so I hope you'll enjoy talking to me. Fix those things about the dark video. Make sure you've gotten that all taken care of for your next round of speeches. We'll talk to you again. Have a good one.